Hey beauty babes, welcome to my channel. I'm Maria, aka Agape Love Girl. Thank you so much for joining me today. Today I'm going to be sharing Empties products that I have used up, my thoughts on them after having used them up, and if I will repurchase or have repurchased them. These videos tend to get very long, and I have so many Empties, and I don't like when Empties videos get too long for me personally. So what I'm going to do is set a timer for like 25 minutes. Once that goes off, I'm going to be done regardless if I've told you all about my empties or not. I'll save them for the next time I film empties videos. I feel like having a timer helps me stay on track and focus and hopefully not talk too much. We all know I can talk quite a bit. So anyways, I'm gonna do that. But before I do set my timer, I just want to let you guys know, if you like my makeup today, this is actually the result of my face off challenge with Alexandria, a collab I did recently. So if you want to see how I achieved this look, I'll link that video in the eye, but I'll also have everything on my face listed in the description box as well. And then additionally, just in case there's any other like videos I mentioned where I use these products, if you're curious to see them in action, I'll try to link those in the eye or in the description box as well, however I can. But yeah, with all that being said, let's go ahead and get into it. And I'm going to kind of speed through these first few items because I feel like they're a little bit boring. You guys already know my thoughts on them, and you know that I really love them. So I have several setting sprays here. I have two from Morpe, and I might even have more in my trash bin here, but this is one of my very favorite setting sprays. I just love the continuous mist. I use it a lot with eyeshadows and things like that. This is a little bit more of an expensive setting spray, so I don't prefer that, but Ulta usually does this deal every now and then where you can get two of them for $22, which takes them down to $11. Versus the regular price, which is $16 each, and I think that's a really great deal. So that's usually when I stock up, but I cannot be without this setting spray. And then I have this one from Revolution Pro, the Hydra Matte Fixing Spray. I feel like this is kind of like a recent product that I used and reviewed and things like that within the last couple of months. You guys know I really like this spray. I don't think it'll be one I repurchase because I do have my favorites, like I said, the Morphe one, and I also have a drawer filled with setting spray. So a really great one, but I don't think it would be one I would repurchase, at least not right now. And then I have one from Urban Decay, which is their all-nighter, but in the limited edition scent Summer Solstice. Really great setting spray. I don't think you would get the Summer Solstice scent anymore, but I think that's okay. Like, I wasn't in love with the Summer Solstice scent. It kind of just reminds me of like tanning lotion and sunscreen kind of in one, and I'm not like a super big fan of that scent, but I do really love the all-nighter setting spray, and I actually have several backups in my drawer, so I don't need to purchase anymore, but love this setting spray. Okay, and then I have several pair of lashes. I recently did a lash drawer declutter. If you guys like declutter videos, I will link my declutter playlist in the eye, but I'll link specifically on the lash declutter. I feel like it's a little bit more of a boring declutter. It didn't get as many views as some of my other declutter videos have, but it was a necessary declutter, and I'm so glad I did it, and the results, I'm so happy with my drawer now. Anyways, but I also decluttered eyeliners as well as brow products in that video, so it's not just lashes. But when I was going through all my lashes, I realized that several of my Pure Cosmetics Bombshell lashes were kind of just past the point of no return. They were just so dirty sounds so bad, but like just gunked up with glitter and things like that. They've been reused over and over so many times that I feel like it was just time to get rid of them. I have others, and I will probably always be repurchasing more of these. They are my favorite lashes. It's the Pure Cosmetics Bombshell style lashes, my favorite. So 3 of them that are just done for, so I'm getting rid of, but I love these lashes so much. Okay, next up I have some products from Glow Recipe that I used up. Up first is the Blueberry Bounce Gentle Cleanser. It's for makeup erasing and deep cleansing. This is a cleanser I really liked a lot. I was sent this in PR. And I don't know if it would be one I repurchase because I can't remember the price, but I feel like Glow Recipe is a little bit more of an expensive brand, and I don't feel like I want to always spend a lot of money on cleanser, like, because cleanser doesn't excite me. I feel like most cleansers all do relatively the same thing, so I feel like you can definitely get more affordable cleansers. I don't know. Anyways, but also I get skincare sent to me quite often, so I have lots of cleansers already like on hand to use up, so I wouldn't need to purchase any for a while. But also there wasn't anything special about this that makes me feel like I need this above the other ones I have anyways. But I do think this is a really great cleanser. One thing I love about it is that a little bit goes a long way, and it really foams up, it really lathers up, and I'm someone who, like, maybe placebo effect, whatever it is, I love a cleanser that really lathers, because to me I feel like that means it's working, and I love that. So this one does that, and I really like that about it, and also has a really great scent, so I really enjoyed using it. It lasted me several months. You get, it doesn't say how many ounces in here, but I think I would say this is either 5 or 7 fluid ounces. I love that it has a pump. It's a great cleanser. I think if they had it on sale, I mean, I would recommend this cleanser, but I don't know if I'll repurchase at this point in time. But really great cleanser that I enjoyed using. Now this next product from Glow Recipe, I do want to eventually repurchase because I really loved it so much. Like I feel like this is something that made a difference in my skin and I really enjoyed using it. But this is their Pineapple-C Brightening Serum. I definitely felt like this made a wonderful difference in my skin as far as smoothing and brightening and just, I don't know, I love using vitamin C serums in general, but I like how this also has hyaluronic acid in it. It also has AHAs in it, or AHA1, I don't know. Anyways, it's made with, you know, it does a lot. So it hydrates the skin, it soothes the skin, it brightens. I feel like the AHAs helps to like kind of do a little bit of an exfoliation to help with anti-aging and things like that. It's just a really, really great vitamin C serum, kind of like an all-in-one, and I loved using it. I felt like my skin never looked so bright and smooth and just youthful when I was using this. I just love it so, so much. But the reason why I probably won't purchase right away is because I actually have two other vitamin C serums already on hand. One that was sent to me from Double Dare Spa and one that was sent to me from Pixi Beauty. So right now I did open up the Pixi Beauty one and I have been using that instead. So I don't feel like I need to purchase another vitamin C serum when I have others on hand. It seems like a waste. But anyways, this one I think I will eventually purchase in the future when I use up my other vitamin C serums because I really, really loved it so, so much. But for right now, I don't need to. All right, up next, I have lots of brow pencils. I have a lot of brow pencils. So I'm going to try to kind of speed through this because I don't know if it's like super boring or not. I feel like it might be, so I'm just going to kind of try to speed through them real quick. So I have two from the IT Cosmetics, their brow power pencils. One is a little sample size, one is a full size. This is a brow pencil that I actually really, really love. This one is a little bit more of a, you probably can't tell, but I'm sure you're familiar with it. It's not quite a like thin, precise pencil. It's a little bit thicker, fatter, but still I feel like you can get kind of precise with it. And it was a favorite for a long time. Now I've had some of these in here for quite a while because like I said, I usually set my timer and just get through what I can get through with my empties and then save the rest for later. So some of these have been in here for ages, it feels like. But anyways, great brow pencil that I really, really love and have repurchased several times. I actually think I have maybe one or two still in my little brow cup. But anyways, I have kind of since moved on to another favorite, which I'm going to mention soon, but I do really love this brow pencil. Okay, and then I have two from Benefit. I think one was sent to me from a friend in like a little swap we did, and then one was sent to me in like kind of like a one-time PR thing from Benefit through Ipsy OS. Anyways, so I have the regular one, the Goof Proof pencil, which is the one that's like slanted and a little bit thicker, and then I also have the Precisely My Brow, which is the fine tip brow pencil, and I like both of them just fine, but I did end up liking the fine tip a little bit better. The only problem with this is that I feel like you go through them so quickly, at least the fine tip one, so quickly, and that's why for a long time I didn't really love the skinny pencils because I feel like I go through them too quickly with the way I fill in my brows. But I do really, really love the way these look in my brows. And I don't know if I would repurchase, well, I know I wouldn't repurchase because it's another favorite that's much cheaper and a better deal that I love, so I probably wouldn't repurchase these, but if I had been gifted them or were sent them in PR, if I ever got on PR or whatever with them, I would love them, I would use them. I think they're great, but very like expensive for a brow pencil. Okay, and then I have this one from the Balm. It's their Furrocious. I always mess up the name of this. Why do I mess it up? It's just their skinny brow pencil as well. I enjoyed using this, but nothing that I can like really remember stand out about it. I don't think I remember not liking it or like absolutely loving it. I think it's a nice brow pencil, but just, I don't know. Obviously, I kind of forgot my thoughts about it, so nothing really to write home about. Probably won't repurchase that either, but I do think it was probably a nice brow pencil. Okay, and then the Maybelline Brow Precise. This is a skinny brow pencil also from Maybelline, and this one I do remember not loving so much. I felt like the consistency was okay if I'm remembering correctly, but I feel like it was a little bit too soft, and so I do think I remember it breaking on me a couple times, and I didn't love that. And so I feel like for the price of this and for that, like I don't know, even though it's drugstore, like I just wasn't about it. So this would be one I wouldn't recommend and probably wouldn't repurchase either. And then moving on to my new current favorite that I have two of that I've used up and have since repurchased, and this will be the brow pencil that I will continue to repurchase because I love this so much. This is the Revolution Pro. I don't know if it has an actual name, but it's their little brow pencil. It looks like this. So this is only $8 at Ulta, and I think that's a really great price. It's like kind of more affordable even than some other drugstore pencils, and you're getting a little bit more product. Most brow products, it blows my mind how little product you get. I mean, I know it's a brow pencil, but whatever. It's usually like 0.01 ounce or 0.02 ounces or whatever. I think the most you usually get from a brow pencil is 0.03 ounces, whereas this one you're getting 0.04 ounces. And I know it's like a minuscule amount of product, but it's like one of the like skinny brow pencils that I've seen with that much product for this cheap of a price. So this has become a favorite. Love it so much. I feel like even though it's like more affordable, like cheaper, it's very weighty. It feels more luxurious. It is the Revolution Pro line. Anyways, I was sent one of them in PR, and this was like a favorite product that I had gotten in PR. And ever since I had gotten a PR, I have repurchased and used up obviously 2 of them, and I have another one on in my brow cup right now and a backup in my drawer. So love this one so much. This is my go-to from now on brow pencil. Love and recommend. So best consistency, not too waxy, not too soft, not too firm. It's just perfect. The only downside to this is that I think there's only like 4 shades, maybe 3, so not really a big range, which is unfortunate, but love so much. So I've used dark brown, and that's actually what I have in my brows today, but I've also used warm brown, which is I think is still a good match for me, but I do prefer the dark brown one. Still with brow products, I have the Anastasia. It's so old that I don't even have the writing on here anymore, but I do know this is the Anastasia Clear Brow Gel. This is such a fabulous brow gel that I was really sad to like be done with it, and actually I was still using it longer than I probably should have. Like, I'll open it up and show you. It's probably a little bit dried out now, but it's so gross that like, but it was still working for me. But I was like, okay, this has to be done. This is so old, like I need to get rid of it. But it's like one of the best brow gels out there. It's so expensive, so I don't know if I'd repurchase because I have a few others that I still have, and I'm gonna try to decide what I will purchase once I run out of those, because this is a really great one. But yeah, I know not everybody would probably love it, because I know some people like to touch their brows and have them feel like natural, but I feel like this one is almost like glue. Like once you put it in, it like really kind of makes your brows crispy. But I like that. I want my brows like to set and like not budge, and that's what this one does, and so I really like that, but I know not everybody does. But great one. I may repurchase in the future. I don't know. I need to use up the ones I have currently, and we shall see. Okay, and then next up I do have the Ulta Beauty Brow Tint in the shade Medium. This is something I either purchased myself, or I know I got like as a freebie with my Ulta purchase, something like that. And this was a go-to for a long time. It's just like, look at this tiny little brush. It's so perfect. For a long time, I was doing my brows with just like a tinted brow gel, and that's it. Just kind of like doing it to fill in my brows, add color, add a little bit to like my sparse areas, and I would just clean it up with some concealer, and that's it. That's all I was doing to my brows, and I loved it so much. And I feel like this brow gel really keeps your brows in place as well, kind of a little bit like the Anastasia one, maybe not as crispy, but it really like it sets them really well. So I really like this too, but I don't think I will purchase this anytime in the future, because that's not really the way I do my brows anymore. And I also have other similar brow gels like this, so if I would need to or want to do something like that, I would just use the ones I have rather than purchase something I don't really need. So, but I do really like this, and would recommend if you're into like tinted brow gels with a really precise wand. Like it's so great. Okay, so I was talking for a little bit and realized I wasn't recording, so I did pause my time for a minute and try to backtrack what I was doing. So thankfully it wasn't too much that I missed. So anyways, we're gonna go ahead and move on. I'm gonna push resume on my timer. I'm such a dork. So I have a few items that are maybe a little bit boring. They're kind of like makeup remover type of products or skincare products. Up first is this Sephora waterproof makeup remover. I'd gotten this a long time ago. I think maybe it was like in a set or some kind of kit or whatever. I didn't purchase it like outright itself, but it came with something, and I thought to give it a shot. It's like this clear liquid, and it had this blue like oil that you shake up and mix, so you can use it as a waterproof eye makeup remover, but I didn't find that it worked that well. I didn't really care for it. I didn't like using it very much, so what I actually did was keep this in my like kind of supply drawer with other products for like brush cleaning and stuff like that, and I would use this to like spot clean my brushes. So I'd pour a little bit of, like, shake it up, pour a little bit in my cap, swirl around like my makeup eyeshadow brushes or whatever into it to get it a little bit wet and cleaned off, and then wipe it off on a towel, and that worked really well for a quick like clean. So I actually really enjoyed it for that, but would I repurchase it for that? No. So anyways, wouldn't repurchase that. Oops. And then I have two micellar water. So one from It Cosmetics, their Miracle Water. And at first, when I first got this, I was like, I don't know if like this is really, because it's kind of expensive for micellar water. I'm like, really? Like, is this really that great? But I actually ended up falling in love with this. This is just a sample size, and I do believe I might have already mentioned it in another Empties video or whatever, but I had a full-size one of these that I used up since. I haven't repurchased yet, just because, you know what, it's weird. I haven't actually been wearing that much glitter lately, which is shocking for me. Like, I usually love glitter. Like, every look I do usually has glitter, but I don't even remember the last time I wore glitter, which is kind of crazy. But anyways, I'm side tangenting. I ended up falling in love with this for removing glitter makeup. It works so well. I did a little IGTV video or Instagram video with it showing, because a lot of people ask me, how do you remove glitter makeup? What's the best way? Because it's kind of difficult. It could be scary, intimidating. I loved using this for removing glitter makeup. I put it on like a cotton round, you know, soak up a cotton round, hold it to my eye for like 30 seconds, let it like soak in and penetrate and break up the makeup, and then just gently like wipe it away, and it like takes off all of it. So good. I'm sure, I feel like, you know, you could probably do that with any micellar water or any makeup removing product, but I have tried other micellar waters, one I'm going to talk about in a minute, and I feel like this one just did it better. I don't know how, I don't know if it's just my imagination, but I felt like this one did it better, and I really ended up loving this micellar water. I didn't use it very often or for anything else really other than removing my glitter makeup, but I really enjoyed it. And I think if it were to go on sale, because it's kind of expensive, the original bottle is actually pretty big, but I probably would repurchase. I just haven't thought about it in a while because I haven't even worn glitter in so long, which is so weird now that I'm thinking about it. Anyway, so let's go ahead and move on. I'm using up all my time for that little product. So the next one I have is like a sample of the Bioderma micellar water, which is like, I think, one of the original or one of the best like people talk about. And so I was like, I bought this at IMATS. I decided just to buy the small size, see what the fuss was about, if it's great. I do think it's a really great micellar water, but honestly, like I said, I felt like I liked the It Cosmetics one better. I did do a side-by-side test one day where I used the It Cosmetics one on one eye removing glitter makeup and this on the other eye using removing my glitter makeup, and I felt like the It Cosmetics one did a better job. It really removed so much more of the glitter and things like that, broke it down to where it could easily wipe away, whereas this one didn't as much. So that's why, like, where I'm coming from, where I like the It Cosmetics one better. I'm sure this one's great for many reasons, but I just like the It Cosmetics one better. But anyways, that's enough about that. Kind of a boring product, but I just want to share my experience. All right, I'm trying to kind of keep things organized and group things together so I'm not just so random and sporadic. So anyways, I have 4 concealers that I used up, and I'm actually really proud of myself. I feel like ever since I started doing my makeup basket videos, I have really gotten so much better at actually using up makeup, and I've been trying to make it a habit with my makeup baskets like from the last couple months on out. Like at first I think it was a little bit more accidental, but now I've been making I've been making it a mission. Kind of like if I see something that I'm almost out of or whatever the case may be, I'll put it in my makeup basket and I'm like, I'm using this up, and I'm keeping it there until I use it up. So my makeup baskets have almost been kind of serving as like project pan almost, even though I'm someone who would never really do a project pan, but I'm kind of am through my makeup basket, which has been really great, and I've been using up a lot of product that I'm really proud of. So anyways, 4 concealers that I've used up. One is the LA Girl Pro Concealer. I love this concealer. This is something I still use very often, especially for cleaning up my brows. I love that it has this the brush tip. It's like super cheap. I feel like it's an old school fave. It used to be like an old school, like everybody used it and raved about these, and I feel like you don't hear about this anymore, but it's still a really great concealer. Like, and even though I only really mainly use it to clean up my brows, it's still a really great concealer for under the eyes as well. I remember loving it for that because it's such a lightweight, thin concealer, but still gives really like high coverage, I feel like, and it's so affordable. Like, and I just, again, like I said, love that it has the built-in brush tip. I just love that so much. So I actually do still have, I think at least 1 unopened and then 2 that are open on my desktop where I do my makeup. So yeah, love this concealer, really great one. And then I have the one of the Urban Decay Naked Skin Concealers. This for the longest time had been a favorite. This is actually one that I think I may have received in PR originally, maybe a long time ago when they first launched, and since then I had repurchased at least 2 others with my own money because I loved it so much. It's such a lightweight concealer that gives really good coverage. It definitely does give that like a naked skin like feel to the skin, which I don't even know why I'm like kind of reviewing it right now, because as far as I know, you can't get these anymore. I've tried to look and see if they're available anymore, and everywhere they're not available anymore. So, which is unfortunate. They've discontinued this. I think they've replaced it with their new other naked something line that I don't like as much. But anyway, so this is one I did finish up and use up. I loved it, had repurchased it several times, but can't anymore. And I do have another one that I'm trying to work on finishing up in my makeup basket currently. So great concealer, really sad that it's no longer available. Okay, and then I have the Maybelline Instant Age Rewind Concealer for dark circles. This is an old school favorite as well. One of my top favorite concealers for especially dark circles, which is really the only place I use concealer. I really only use concealer here and then maybe a little bit my T-zone, but love this concealer. This is one I purchased myself. This is probably, I think, the second one I've ever purchased, maybe the third. I think just the second one I've ever used, because it takes forever to use up. A little bit goes a long way. Honestly, I feel like this is the drugstore version of like Shape Tape. You might not agree with me, but I totally, back when I had a Shape Tape, which is a concealer that I really loved, I compared the two and I felt like they were the same, only this is drugstore. So I love this concealer. Right now I'm at a point where I'm not purchasing any more concealers because I have too many and I need to use them up. But this would be one I would repurchase again. It is a one that I have repurchased. So anyways, a great one that I love. And then the last concealer I have here, I keep looking down at my timer, is the Catrice Liquid Camoflauge Concealer. This is another amazing concealer, another favorite concealer. This is a little bit more of a drier matte formula, but I feel like it's not so matte that it looks horrible. Oh my gosh, what is wrong with me today? That it looks horrible or like makes you look dry, aged, or crepey or anything like that. But it's dry in the sense that like I feel like I can use this. I don't have to use powders with it. Oftentimes I would still use powders with it, but you don't have to because it dries down so well on its own and doesn't crease. This is actually the concealer I used in a recent video. Well, I say recent, but I think it was at least a month or 2 months ago that I filmed it. But I shared like a full, like a new base routine that I was doing at that time, during that time, where it was like a lot of cream products and also very minimal powders. And I was using the Catrice HD foundation as well as this concealer. And it's such a great combo because you don't really need powders to set it, which like is so different for me because I love using a lot of powders even when they're not necessary. But anyways, great concealer, really affordable. Catrice is a very affordable brand. So this would be one that I do plan and hope to purchase in the future. But like I said, right now I don't need to. I'm trying to use up more of my concealers before I purchase any because I don't need any new concealers. It's ridiculous how much I have. But a really great one, a favorite, one that I do see myself repurchasing in the future. So next up I have 2 more setting sprays. I go through setting spray like crazy, and even right now if you guys watch my makeup basket video, you know that I put like a ton of setting sprays in there because I'm really trying to like use up the ones I have already open and things like that. Anyways, so here's the ones I used up recently. One is the Pixi Skin Treats the Hydrating Milky Mist. This is one of my very favorites from the Pixi Skin Treats line. This one and then the Rose setting spray one, love so much, but the Milky one of my favorites, love it so much. And then I have the Ciate London Dewy Spritz setting spray. This one is one I really enjoyed. It's actually a really beautiful one when it's full, like you can shake it up and it has like this shimmer kind of to it, so it gives a little bit of a luminosity without being like glittery or anything like that. I really enjoyed this. I received this in PR and I had another one that I received in PR which I used up as well. Really enjoyed it, but I don't think it'd be one I would repurchase with my own money, just like I said in the beginning with the other setting sprays. I have my favorites. This is one I enjoyed, but I don't know. I just don't imagine myself picking it up again. And then I have some skincare products. This one is from Skinceuticals. It's their HA Intensifier. It's basically their hyaluronic acid intensifying serum. This one I was gifted and I really enjoyed it while I had it, but this is very expensive. I think it's like $100 serum, and so for that I wouldn't repurchase it because that is just out of my budget. But I did really love this so much. I think it's a really great serum. It's supposed to help intensify your hyaluronic acid levels and things like that, and so I really enjoyed it. But this is like definitely out of my budget. So yeah, I enjoyed it while I had it, but don't think I would repurchase it, which makes me sad because I really, like I said, enjoyed it. Okay, and then I have this, another hyaluronic acid product. Hyaluronic acid is one of my favorite skincare ingredients. Like, I really love when products, skincare products have it. So anyways, this is the hyaluronic acid boosting serum. This is from PCA Skin. I received this in PR as well, and I actually really enjoyed this as well. Such a great serum. And I was really sad when I used it up because it's, again, a really great one. I think this came into my life around the time I used this up, so it kind of like worked out, and this was a great product to kind of use substitute for that. Really love using this. And I actually recently was sent another one in PR from them, but I haven't actually opened that up to use it yet because I've been trying to use up a few other skincare items first before I open up some new ones. So right now I do have other really great moisturizing, hydrating products that I am using up with hyaluronic acid in it. So I'm trying to get through those before I do open up my backup of this because I really did love this one so much. Okay, another boring item, but something that's kind of like a must, something that I use all the time. It's the Pure Cosmetics lash glue. So I have 2 of these that are gone, that I've used up. This is my favorite lash glue. Love it. I think it's only $8. It has the little, well, if I could even open this, it has a brush tip, which I really appreciate. Lash glues like that. I like that it's affordable. Really great one. I always repurchase this. So yeah, I have backups of this. Used up 2 of those, and then I have 2 more Pixi products, which I'm coming up on just a minute left. So I'm just gonna go ahead and stop my timer right now. I'm gonna wrap up this video with these last 2 products so I can do it uninterrupted without the thing beeping at me. But anyway, so up first is the Pixi Skin Treats peel and polish. This is basically an exfoliator. I feel like it's a mixture of a physical exfoliator because it does have a little bit of grittiness to it, but it's pretty gentle, I think. But it also has AHAs in it, which is a chemical exfoliant as well. So anyways, I just remember loving this. So the directions say to layer on clean skin, avoid eye area, of course, leave on the skin for 2 minutes, and then for extra exfoliation, gently massage into the face for 30 seconds, rinse off, and pat dry. So what I remember about it, because I did do it where I'd leave it on my skin, you can feel a little bit of tingling or just a little bit of that, is the word escaping me? Chemical exfoliation working on the skin, but then also if you choose to do the little bit of massage with it with that physical exfoliant, I remember just feeling really good. It really does give that like peel and polish effect to your skin, which I know not everybody loves the physical exfoliators. Everybody, like a lot of people say they're kind of bad for your skin, but I love the way that feels, and I feel like this is gentle enough that it's not like, it didn't ever feel like it was tearing away my skin or anything like that. And the fact that it's like that it says polish, like I honestly feel like when I wash it away, my skin did feel polished. I felt like my skin looked just smooth and shiny and glowy and just lovely. So I really loved using this, and I actually do have another one of these in my skincare drawer. I for some reason have not pulled it out to use it. I don't really know why, but yeah, I remember just loving this so much, and it kind of reminds me that I probably should find my brand new one and start using it again, because this is a really, like, for me, I loved it. I know skincare is so personal and everybody wants to use certain things, but I remember really loving this so much. Alright, and then lastly is the Pixi Beauty Rose Ceramide Cream. This is a cream that I remember really loving so much. This I had mentioned, I think it was actually in a Empties video. I mentioned this because I'd used up 2 other products that I felt like were very similar but expensive. So the It Cosmetics Confidence in a Cream, and then the Fresh Beauty Rose, it was like their rose like ceramide cream or something like that. Anyways, and to me, I honestly felt like this would have been like if those 2 were put together and made like a little bit like a baby cream, like Mama Papa, and this would be the baby that came out. I felt like this was like the best of both worlds. It was a little bit like the It Cosmetics Confidence in a Cream, and a little bit about like the Fresh Beauty Rose Hydrating Cream. Like it seemed like it was both of those in one, but you know, a little bit more affordable. So I really enjoyed this moisturizer. It is it gives really good intense moisture, and I loved it a lot. So I think I actually have another. I was sent this in PR, so I do think they had recently sent me another one of these in PR. But again, just like with the other skincare products, I'm currently trying to use up other skincare before I open up new skincare, even though these are products that I remember loving. I am trying to like not have too many skincare items open at once and want to use up what I've already got going on and things like that. So anyways, I really enjoyed this quite a bit. Now if you are someone who did like the Cosmetics cream or even the Fresh Beauty Rose cream, you might want to look into this. I feel like it could be like an affordable dupe-ish type of product. Not quite the same, of course, not as, because those are other like higher end brands, so it's a little bit more affordable, but very similar in my opinion, and one that I would recommend as alternatives for those other creams. So anyways, that is it. I still have several products here that I kind of, should I just go through? No, it's going to take me too long, I think. I'm just going to have to do another Empties video real soon. So anyways, that's it for this Empties video. I really hope you guys enjoyed hearing my thoughts and opinions on these products that I have used up. I don't want to dare call this necessarily reviews of products. I sped through these really quick, but anyways, it's always fun and exciting, at least to me, to see the products that people use up. And I feel like I had a lot of actual makeup items in here, not just skincare, which I feel like can be kind of boring. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, be sure to give it a thumbs up. Let me know if you would like me to film another one of these fairly soon after to finish up the rest of my Empties. I just always feel hesitant to do Empties videos because they're like one of my least viewed videos. So I'm like, oh, do I really want to put the effort into it? But I do like sharing the products I've used up because I think it's really cool. So anyways, if you like it, let me know. Also, if you have tried any of these products, if you love or even hate any of these products, I'd love to hear your thoughts and opinions on these. I always love hearing your guys' thoughts and opinions on products that I share on my channel here. It's always interesting. So anyways, that is enough of my rambling. I just want to thank you so much for watching. If you made it this far, I appreciate you guys so much. But with all that being said, I just want to thank you so much for watching. Again, I just said that. Okay. And until next time, much love and hugs to you. Bye, beauty babes. Mwah.